With the leak of the Rabid franchise, Ubisoft, I mentioned in that video that they're a hit and miss publisher. But this franchise is truly a hit on their hands. It's such a hit that it even is trending as the #3 video on YouTube right now. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Far Cry franchise. This franchise has really had success since Far Cry 3. It's helped make this franchise really successful. And how do you know that? Look at the sales numbers. Far Cry 4 sold, what was it, 8.66 million copies. But to be frank on that one, it was sold between generations. So it was sold on PS3, Xbox 360, and then it was sold on PS4 and Xbox One, and then PC on top of that. So it had a lot more platforms to sell to. But then Far Cry 3, only on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC, that sold 7.33 million copies. Really good number. That's a really good number. And then a little bit of a in sales numbers was lower with Far Cry Primal. But to be frank, for this franchise, there are kind of two things that really weren't in its favor. One, it was very, very different than the past franchise, the two entries in the past franchise. It was going back to where you had spears, bow and arrows, where Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4 are really gun combat. And also on top of that, that game, Far Cry Primal, was announced and then released in less than 4 months. So we talked about in some past videos about how games need to get hype and get press time and be able to have that time to get momentum so that it helps with the sales of a game. And this game really never got that opportunity. So that is probably why the sales are not as strong with 3.8 million copies, but 3.8 million copies is still pretty good. It is only 3 million copies lower than the last ones, but they're hoping, and with this trending #3 on YouTube, this definitely could go back up to the 8.66 or the 7.33 million copy range. So what makes this franchise so special? It's the characters, especially the villains. And you can tell that they're really important based off of the villains are on the cover art. That is like the thing that is in front of you is the villains in the cover art. And also the voice actors are fantastic in this game, in these games. They're also the actual developers, when they are creating it, they sell the performance, whether it is motion captured or not. That I didn't research for this video, so I don't know if it was motion captured or not. But either way, the game creators have to sell what the actor is doing, because the actor is not what's on screen. It's what they're programming on the faces of the game. So these actors are really, really good, and the characters are really, really well done, and the villains are the best part of this franchise. That's what makes Far Cry so amazing. So earlier this week, Ubisoft announced that Far Cry was going to have a trailer come out for Far Cry 5. And the big thing was there was some filming done in Montana. People thought it was Red Dead Redemption 2 filming, but no, it was actually Far Cry 5. And so it sounds like it's taking place in Montana area. And it also, based off the art, I've been trying to stay away from this so I could be as fresh as possible for this, clear eyes as much as possible when I see this trailer. But I did see some cover art, which is, it looks like it's a religious group, which that is going to be super interesting, especially in today's political climate. I think it's amazing to think that these people made this game. Well, they probably started making this game before we're in the current political climate that we're in today. And so let's watch this trailer. Let's see what this game is all about. So grab your headphones or whatever you're going to listen to it on, and let's watch it. All right, here we go.
We must atone!
Something is coming.
looks really good.
You can feel it, can't you?
Like the art looks great.
You can feel that we are creeping towards the edge. I know that you are out there. And I know that you are in pain. For my children, I'm here to tell you that suffering is a choice, and you can choose a better path. We want you, we accept you, and we will take you, willingly or not. And some of you may fight, but in the end, you will thank us. I am your father, and you are my children.
They changed the song. It's not "This Land Is Your Land." They completely changed the song with the words.
The end is upon us. I shall lead you to the gate. For you are my children, and I am your father.
Hope Country?
PlayStation, the best place to play.
Wow.
PlayStation.
That is really interesting. Oh, February. Okay. I thought this would be a fall game, but no, it's coming out in February. Holy cow. You know, for this game, there's a couple of things on the trailer that they did super well. I kind of giggled because they were doing like a country song, and then all of a sudden I was starting to catch on that it was starting to sound like "This Land Is Your Land," and then all of a sudden the words were completely changed, and the words really matched what they were trying to go for. Is like trying to say this is our America as how we see America, not how America was founded. So it sends a cool it sends a cool vibe of what kind of group, and we've seen these archetypes before. We've seen them all the time. I mean, the recent one that I can think of is The Walking Dead. They follow a similar type style where people have their own religion based off of what happened when zombies took over. And here is just a group that believes in something that's different, which people have the right to believe what they would like. Obviously, not holding people to gunpoint is not a good idea, but I think for Far Cry, this is the perfect route to go. This is the right way to go. It was meant to be, no matter what kind of state we are in politically currently, because we're in a very different political climate than we've been in a while. So, and I'm not going to get political on this channel at all whatsoever. I'm just based off what the current culture and trend is right now. We are in a different political climate than we have been 4 years ago. So it's very interesting that this game is coming out while that's happening, because this game probably was far in development way before we even got to this point. So it's very interesting, and I like the sign where he says, "I'm your father," and so I'm interested to see if he believes he's a god, or he believes he is, or he's the son of a god, of the god that they believe in, and that he is the father to all of them as his children, and kind of see how that plays out. There's a couple of little nitpicks that I'm gonna check out myself later. There's a passage, it looks like, from the Bible that it says the verse and the line, and so I want to go read what that line is and that verse is. But I think it's a great setup for a very interesting game, and allowing the freedom like Far Cry gives you with planes, and I guess you're going to be battling wildlife like you've always have. Like you had elephants. I think that was in the 4th game you had elephants, and then this one, bears. So it's going to be an interesting game, and I'm actually really excited now for it, and I think it's the right direction Far Cry it's the direction Far Cry was going to go in the first place. So I think this is a smart move, a very cool game, and I can see why it's trending number 3 on YouTube right now. And I'm just excited. I can't wait to see more of what this game, especially the villain. I think we didn't get to see enough of what the villain is. It's a great introduction to the villain, but I want to see more of him because I'm curious on how he interacts with you as the player. Because usually there's a scene, usually one scene in each of the games where the villain kind of has a cool interaction with you before you become enemies. That is it's just really interesting. So that is my reaction to this Far Cry 5 trailer. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is a cool move to go for the Far Cry franchise? What do you think of the villain so far? What do you think of the song change? Like, probably one of my favorite parts of that trailer so far. So what do you think of the song change with the words? And yeah, just write your comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, check out the other videos I have on Freeze Frame Rate, and go ahead and give a like, give a subscribe if you want to keep up with the content that I release every single week, and also share. If you think people are going to like this content, share it with them so that they know it's out there. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Mitch, and I'm signing off saying see you soon.